Greetings to all mechanic wannabes. I am Ben Pearson, the rover fixer or roadster tracker or whatever. Anyways, today we are going to play with Sojourner. This is the game of Rover Mechanic Simulator. It lets you fix up the robots on Mars and all of their issues. We're going to try to do premium because I feel pretty confident. So it looks like IC3 is broken. One of the solar arrays, I guess there's only one solar array for Sojourner, and one of the antennas. Okay. We're going to try for premium. And here goes. We'll see how well I can do this while talking. Should be fairly straightforward. So the first thing we got to do is we got to move the robot over. So we go down. Least favorite part of this game, but I love this game. I have the new DLC, which you'll see some of, the robot's perseverance and ingenuity that just barely landed on Mars. But I wanted to start with a classic. So we got this guy. Hit 3 to take a look and see what's going on. So we know the solar panel's broken. Shocker! So we can't take that off. The other thing is this antenna, which looks like we can take that off. Okay. Hey, once we have the antenna off, we can take the screws, or the solar panels off. Not very many screws, considering how integral this seems. And then there's a box. It's tempting to remove that box, but I don't think we're going to. Let's just take a look here. Can we clean anything? Nope. Repair? Nope. Okay, so it's just going to be straight to printing a new solar array and LMRE antenna. Okay. So we search for solar array without anything. There we go. And then we need LMRE antenna. Bingo, and we will have the parts pretty soon. Looks like our wallet's getting to be fairly fat. We may want to do some upgrades. Okay. The connector, it doesn't seem to be worth anything. We just don't know what kind of condition it's in. I guess we have to hit salvage to figure out. Okay, we got a little bit of something, but whatever. It's alright. Come on, parts, come out. Come out. This will be easy to fix up. I'm glad we did the premium package because it's going to take like 5 minutes. We'll do a couple of other these missions as well. Let's see here. 91%. Let's just take a look at the terminal while we're at it. You have the crane, you have Snake and Pong, and there's probably some other games as well. If you look around, you can sometimes find some instructions. It's just, I saw one instruction here, sudo apt-get, mudo apt-get install Pong. Sudo, of course, is the super user command, but sudo doesn't work on Mars, apparently. I don't see anything in there. There's the other part. Okay. Let's go fix up our little lost robot. So we get 2. Put the solar panel back on. Got one that is nice and toasty. I also love how you don't have to wire it up. Some parts you do, but not the solar panels, which is arguably the most important part to wire up. That's okay. So we'll put the antenna back on. You also had to take the antenna off before you could take the solar array off. It has some funny things like that. So let's just check to see if everything looks good. No, it does not. IC3 is also broken. I'm going to guess that's inside. So let's take this stuff off. The antenna just twists off or something. Take the screws out. Easy peasy. other screws out. Let's take this board out. I have a feeling that what we're looking for is behind door number 2. 1. There's only one door here. Okay. Whoa. This whole thing's bad. So let's just remove it. So it's just a CPU. Looks like the cords are on the bottom. So we'll go over here to our soldering workbench and let's test out the various components. So there's one thing that's bad for sure. Capacitors are bad. You got to test everything, make sure it's all working, because we do not want to have to take this thing out again. Okay. I think that's all the parts, so they just have to unsolder a couple of capacitors. Okay, good. And then unsolder this one. We'll have to print a couple new ones. Capacitors, though, don't take very long to print. So what type are they? They are resistor A's. So they're not capacitors. Okay. I say they look like capacitors, but... Oh, wait. We have to go to electronic parts. There we go. Resistor A. Just takes a couple of seconds to print these up. And looks like they're good. Let's go over here. We'll run by holding shift as you would in any game. Hit 2 to reinstall. Put these back on. Got to solder them back on. Good. And then let's get this guy. Another resistor A. Okay, and now the board is complete and looking good. Looks like it's acceptable condition, so let's go put you in. Okay. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Gotta screw the cover back on. Where is it that the solar panel actually gets powered on? Because I don't see where that power connect is. Maybe it is the side things. Maybe the side things are the power conduit as well. I don't know. It doesn't let you rotate the view for these, which I find slightly annoying. Here's the screws right there. So don't see any power cable that goes to the solar panels. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We'll just assume there's something there that we just didn't see. Now we've got everything hooked up. You have to go put this little remote configurator in. You plug it in, you come over here, and you have to play this little mini game, which is probably the worst part of the game, to be honest. We have 1 and 2, so we're going to have to go through 2 different ones. Whoops. We could go through this as well. We don't have tons of parts either. So you can't move these ones, but we have to place these things and you can rotate them. We'll just do this. Normally, actually, I like to place all of these first and then rotate them. 2, yep, we used every part, which which is usually a good sign that you did it the way they intended to. Occasionally there will be more than one way, but there's usually not. So the red ones subtract voltage, the green ones add it. You're trying to get to the target, so actual voltage equals target voltage. We've got it complete. And assuming everything does good, complete mission. Perfect. 10 minutes. Golden Wheel Awards. Woo, fancy. So we can get some upgrades here. We have 3 spare points. Nice. Looks like we can't get any of the higher tier things. Yeah, that would be helpful. Parts with less than 15% durability are highlighted without prior analysis. That will be very nice. And we'll reduce the price cost, sure. Cool. So, we're going to continue with the sojourning. We got an easy one. There's an incident during landing, and now we're in trouble. We believe you're the right person to help us. Rover sends and receives information, but does not always act on commands. So we have a laser diode projector and the antenna that preliminarily are not working. Okay. Well, let's go pick up the rover as always. First time I saw that, I saw a snake and I thought, okay, the snake is obviously a game and a crane must be some game I've never heard of. And then I realized after a little while that, yeah, it was actually not a game. It was a physical crane. Okay. So let's go see what's up. What's up, buddy? So the antenna's busted. That's not a surprise, and that's easy. We're just going to have to print up a new one of those. The other thing is a little bit harder. Oh, right here. So this thing is broken now. How do you get to that? That's always the trick. So this guy, can we take this thing off? No. Can't take any of these off. What about this? No. So somehow we got to take that bracket off, and then we need to take, if you hit F3, you can see any part that's white is a part that you can take off. Let's go ahead and try taking off the solar panel. That might be needed to have enough room. Don't know if that completely makes sense, but it's worth a shot. Okay. Looking good. Now, still can't. Surely not. We have the color camera that we can easily take off. Well, let's try the panel. Maybe there was a screw or something that we missed from the last time we were in here. Okay. Plop off. Take that out. Nope. Okay. Well, it's one of a couple of different things, and it's not super obvious which one it is. It's either the wheels off, which seems crazy, That's a lot of work to get those off. Or the color camera, which doesn't seem right, but aha! Look at that. So that unplugged from that board, which might mean something. In real life, you'd think you could just remove these screws, but it will not. It's this cord. That's the problem, I think. Well, time is ticking. Let's try taking this off too. This looks like the camera. Okay. And then lastly over here. Good. Oh, we got one more that was kind of hiding. Excellent. And did it help us any? Nope. Well, gosh darn. I think we're just going to have to take this little bot all the way apart. It's annoying, but someone's got to do it. You can tell this is a part I have never fixed before. That's often the hardest thing, is to figure out how to take off a part. Holy moly, though, in half an hour. This is supposed to be an easy mission. There's no way. There's no way. I'm going to screw this back on. And okay, wheel plug. Okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. That thing is glowing. Aha! We can take the strut off. Okay. I doubt this is it. But we'll try it. Keep taking the screws out. And nuts. Okay. Nope, that still did not do the trick. Okay, let's try this. Maybe I can just take this whole assembly off at once. Nope, that cover comes off separate from everything else, but yeah, we're just gonna have to, let's try this. Darn, I should not have wasted my time putting it back on. Oh boy, this is gonna be tight. Okay, so you're gonna see how you take these wheels off. We may end up losing some cash on this, which is okay. Take the motor out, then you take this thing off. take this doohickey off. Now, this is connected here, so yeah, we got to take these wheels off. And let's see what's... I hope this is all worth it. If not, I've done pretty well. I love how it has the part number there. It's too bad there's not a manual for these, but... Okay. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Still don't see any... Wait, I can take this out now? Could I have done that the whole time? Oh, man. Oh, dear. I knew there was something I was missing. That's okay. We'll just get the wheels back on when... Now, can we take that bracket off? No. This thing... Okay. And then the other camera. So I guess this was its stereo camera it had. Oh, I can take this out now, the broken part. Okay. Well, that was a gigantic waste of time. Let's go figure out what's broken first of all. The antenna is, and the laser diode projector. So, laser diode projector, and then antenna, which is the LMRE. This, of course, just talked with Pathfinder, so, or with, Pathfinder. So it didn't need to have very strong of an antenna. Put the bogey back on. Oh, well, at least you guys got to see what the rover looks like in a much more... let's call it naked state. We'll go with that. See it torn apart. We've pretty much torn apart almost everything on here. So we'll put the motor in. Then you have a bearing cover, which hides the bearings so that it can have everything. You have the other side of the bearing cover. You have to screw these screws in. And then we put the cover plate back on, that whole assembly. And then you can put the wheels, which fit quite nicely here. Now, in real life, there will be procedures for all of this kind of stuff, so it's probably not as unrealistic as you would think to be doing all of this in such a set order. Excuse me. Okay, let's get this guy back on. Put the bearings in. Cover back on. We got to screw that back in. Okay. Now, cover plate. The wheel. Good. Now, we're missing the bogey bearing. Okay. Big tip is to just hold the left mouse button when you're doing screws, and you can move over to the other item. So I'm holding the left mouse button the whole time. You don't have to click it. You just click and drag. Rocker cover. Got to screw that on. I love the amount of detail that they have. There's just so much that you can do. Have all of the major mechanical pieces. Yeah, color camera. There we go. Really just plug it in. Now these guys we're not going to touch. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one that has the zillion different plugs. This must have been the main camera or something. I don't know as much about Sojourner as I should. It was a neat little robot, but it didn't last very long or go very far. But it was a good pathfinder for spirit and opportunity. Okay, that's on good. Let's get this back. Okay. I think we just need to go pick up our parts now. And let's go ahead and recycle the crummy ones. This guy's almost broken, as is this. Excellent. Oh, looks like we have to put the solar array back on. Which we cannot do. So the solar array was the answer. We had to take that off and then take the individual parts off. Okay, got that clipped. Then we'll put on the black and white camera. Just cabled in. Interesting that there's no screws to hold it in. That seems wrong, but that's okay. Gotta limit the parts sometime to reduce some of the tedium. Okay, we'll put in one of our laser diode projectors. Put in the other one. Now we can put the solar panel back on. Get that screwed in. I'm so used to doing live streaming, it's strange for me to not be doing that. I'll probably not live stream this game, but I do more building type of games, especially stuff with a space theme somehow on my Twitch channel. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, what am I doing? Check the tablets. Okay, we have successfully repaired the rover. Yay! We just gotta plug it in, Go over here. And another one of these little mini games. 3 volts is the target. 5-1. Huh. So we actually have to go through the red. So I think we're gonna go, this is obvious. Then go up, then go over. We're gonna switch up to here. Gonna go through the red. Then another straight piece and 2 curvies, and we did meet everything. We just got to set the voltages. 5-1, and then this is going to be a 3. Yeah. 3 volts, good. Configuration complete, and complete order. Plenty of time, no big deal. And we gained a fair bit of experience. Excellent. Let's look at our upgrades. We can't do anything yet. Let's do one more of these, I think. Yeah, we'll do one more. One more Sojourner. So let's see here. The rockers, which we've already taken apart, and a bearing, no big deal. 40 minutes, psh, we got this. We did half of that already. The crane. The claw. Shift S to go down, pick this up. It's probably good to be wary of the rover wheels, but this is never the main point of the game. They just automatically goes up. You don't have to worry about it. So, and analyze. We need to replace this guy, right? What? Oh, that strut. And what about this? No. Aha, that's bad. And this guy's bad. Okay. So that one's an easier to replace one because you only have to take off one wheel. We know that one of the ball bearings is bad. We're going to have to take apart some parts to get there. So we'll go ahead and start working towards that, and we'll test the bearings while we're there. Then take the wheel off. Seems like there should be a way to take that whole assembly off easier. But, okay, let's check the inner parts now that we can. Nope. It's the bearing itself, which we just are seeing the cover right now. So check the bearing. Bearing is bad. Okay, that's not surprising. Okay, take that cover off, take the motor out. You notice that only 4 of the 6 legs are motorized. I don't think that's how it really worked, but I would have to double check. As I said, I don't know enough about Sojourner. Now we got to get this piece off, so let's take this guy off. Okay. And then probably this one. Okay. And then hopefully we can take this rocker off. Beautiful. Now let's get the other one. Same easy thing. Looks like there's no parts that we're going to be taking apart today, but we'll do that another time. Probably with spirit and opportunity as we get to them. We'll have the opportunity. I don't know that those bots, they're basically identical. They may be completely identical in the game. But they do technically have different names for them. I think they actually use some of the failure modes for them too, which is pretty cool. Some of the problems they had, like opportunity dragging a wheel, you had to fix that. And one of the ones that I already played that mission, so okay. It's interesting the screws are on the back for the bearings. You don't see the holes either. Okay. Game physics. Take the motor out. Take this thing. Now, I always try to, but I usually forget to take the electrical stuff off first. That case I forgot. Okay. Now we've got a mean four-wheel bot. We need what? The rocker. So we need one bearing, one of each rocker, and a rocker strut. So let's get the rockers first. Rocker. So rocker right and left, a strut, and then a bearing. We'll make sure this is the right spot. It's going to take a little while. So, yep, that's the one. Rocker strut, bearing, and then rocker left. Not getting very much out of it, but that's okay. So now we just got to wait for things to print. Whichever one prints, though, first, it'll be one of the rockers. The rockers are going to print first, and those are the hardest things to install. So whichever one goes first, we'll just grab it and install it. It's the right rocker. And then we'll do a little dance. How long do we have? 90%. It's almost done. It's almost there. Hey, we're going to have plenty of time. Look at that. I bet you we're done with half an hour to spare. 2. Good. Put the wheel actuator on. See, this time I got the mechanical parts first, and then the electrical connections, but I don't always remember that. Motors look good. Put a bearing cover on, and that's right, we only have one bearing that's good. We're actually replacing this with the bearing from the other one, but it doesn't matter, they're the same. Part interchangeability is a wonderful thing. Cover plate, then the wheel. We'll see how far along we've gotten with our printing when we get done. Okay. Oh yeah, we need to put the cover back on this guy. Wheel plug, that's what it's called. Wonder what the point of this is. Probably just a little keep dust out plate. Oh, there's a couple more things we can do. So we got 2 more parts. Got the rocker bearing cover. Okay. And we got to put the strut back on. I don't know that I actually needed to take it off, but we did. So that's fine. And this side looks done, so let's start working on this side. Now we're going to fall short with the bearing, I think. Which will be fine. We'll just pick that up at the very end. Got the cover for some rockin' and rollin'. Fancy suspension, basically. Wheel actuator. I think this allows the wheels to be... You can lift it up. That's what this assembly is for. And this will actually move the thing forward. It's got a big old honkin' knob, doesn't it? And we don't have a bearing. Yep. We got all of the right parts and nothing else. It's on the other side. to click and right click, left click. I think you can play this with a controller too, but I think that may get to be annoying. I'm playing with a mouse. But based off this little number 5 that will give you the control buttons, then I suspect that it can be played with a controller. $30 and it was pretty close. We're just a little teensy bit behind, but we got good practice at putting this together. Okay. Let's just check our tablet before we go into the plug mode. Yep. Looks good. Plug it in. And then we'll go get this bad boy started. 3 volts. This one looks really familiar. And this is the -3. Yep. I think the target was different, but this is identical, I think, to one we did not too long ago. They tend to... This is the worst part of the game. It just is. Sorry if you guys are making this, but this is not fun. I'm sure there's some point to it, but I don't understand it. Okay, we're complete, and let's finish off our mission, and we will call this a day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know whatever questions or comments you guys have. We'll go ahead and spend an upgrade and get... We're not going to get a set. I do like this, but we only have 1 spare point. Yeah, what the hey. We'll get this just so we can get some of the tier 2s. Okay. Anyways, we're going to keep going with this in the future. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Let me know whatever questions or comments you guys have. You can check out my other YouTube channel where I talk a little bit more about the realism, especially with Perseverance and Ingenuity. The first time I ever played those is on that channel. Link below. Thanks for everything. Until next time, keep on tracking. Take care, guys.